Prime Minister Moses Nagamootoo, who also heads the National COVID-19 Task Force, during a virtual media briefing on Saturday, told reporters that an assessment of the former International Hotel has begun for its timely transformation into a specialized COVID-19 medical facility. This new plan of action is in wake of the Pan American Health Organization's recommendation for the establishment of a specialized COVID-19 hospital, following its new projection of 20,000 local cases of the novel coronavirus by early May.
Yes, we have looked at the proposal for a dedicated hospital, and we have identified a building in the immediate vicinity of the city and East Coast, the Ocean View, what used to be the Ocean View Hotel. And work is now going on there to make that into a dedicated hospital, a dedicated facility for the incubation or for isolation or quarantine or medical attention of persons who have been confirmed positive with the coronavirus disease.
The facility, once renovated, will house some 300 patients. Prime Minister Nagamootoo added that two other facilities, the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall at Homestretch Avenue and the former Guyana Broadcasting Corporation at High Street, are also being considered to become quarantine centers.
Called the Guyana Broadcasting Corporation, GBC, High Street Radio Demerara. That building there was deemed to have been uninhabitable for the purposes of a government ministry or something like that. So we have identified that. An examination is being done to see if all of it or some section is a huge facility, and also that may be in consideration too as a dedicated, specialized institution to deal with the corona.
These, along with other buildings, will be renovated to accommodate 1,000 COVID-19 patients.
Corona. There are other buildings, other places that you're looking at, not excluding gymnasium. We have some huge sports hall that could be converted if the need arises. But we are looking at creating facility for a minimum of 1,000 persons if the worst should come, and we hope that the worst would never come to Guyana.
As it relates to funding for these projects being rolled out by the task force to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, which are estimated to cost millions, the Prime Minister pointed out that the government of the day has been restricted to utilizing 1/12 of the funds from the budget of the previous year as of January 1st, 2020. However, there is a possibility of acquiring monies from the consolidated fund.
Whatever is called from the budget would be thrown into this exercise. And then under these emergency regulations, the Minister of Finance would have to consider, when we consolidate all the recommendations that are being made for procurement and for expenditure and for cash transfers where necessary, if we have to go that route for people who are disadvantaged by not working or having any other source of income, that we can have access to the fund.
In March, the government, through the Ministry of Finance, requested US $5 million to fund efforts by the Ministry of Public Health during the current pandemic. While the funds are still being considered and an approval has not been granted as yet, other avenues are being explored.
The Minister of Finance would have to consider, when we consolidate all the recommendations that are being made for procurement and for expenditure and for cash transfers where necessary, if we have to go that route for people who are disadvantaged by not working or having any other source of income, that we can have access to the fund, the concessionary fund under the consolidated fund.
Guyana's development partner, the World Bank, decided last Thursday to launch its first aid operations to improve the capacities of 25 key countries in their fight to manage the outbreak of COVID-19. Guyana, identified by the International Monetary Fund, IMF, as one of the least prepared to manage the outbreak of the virus, is not included. On Saturday, Trinidad's Republic Bank, through its Chief Executive Officer Nigel Baptiste, announced that it is donating $31.5 million to Guyana to aid in the battle against COVID-19. Temika Rodney reporting for the HGP Nightly News.